So here is a new week. I am starting off with facing my first inner demon, the one that I believe was the most impactful, messed me up the most, is my analysis paralysis. This demon, I think, has tried to fight me more than any of the other ones. So, analysis paralysis for me, and what I believe analysis paralysis is and what he does to you is he gets you into that position to where he wants you to make sure that you're prepared, you're ready. And he wants you to prepare and to plan and to analyze, but never actually get started. And so the biggest issue with that is he has you saying, you know what, I need you to study everything about, how to hit a baseball or how to throw a football. I need you to study the best players, the best technique. Watch these videos, watch those videos, make sure that you know what to do, how the history of these things. However, you never once go into a batting cage or onto a field and try to throw a football or hit a baseball. The biggest issue is that you don't actually get started, and that is where you learn the most, and that is where you learn the fastest, by actually getting in there and making your own mistakes and learning from those mistakes and growing and finding the system, the process, whatever it is that works for you. So when I was creating these, the biggest thing this thing does is, with me trying to create these lessons and trying to work on this membership idea, it had me trying to make sure that I had everything in place. Now, to take this even one more level deeper, I found that this demon also really gets into your head and starts messing with you. And he understands you so perfectly because he's inside that labyrinth you got up here. So mine, I have a certain OCD to organize and structuring things. So what I love to do is having a system, having everything in its place, and having a system that I can personally work through. I have a process, a way of working. And when I have everything like scheduled or laid out, that is one of my strengths, what I believe I'm good at. So my analysis, he came at me saying, you know what? We need to make sure that all of these check boxes are ticked. To make sure that you're ready, to make sure that everything's good to go, and then you're going to have a flow. You're going to know exactly what you need to do each day, each week. And I started to go into that a little bit, but then he took it another level deeper to where even when I had a plan, an idea, he said, you know what? That's good. But what if we got a little bit deeper? So the problem that I found, and I've always found this in the past as well, to where whenever I tried to work on something, I would start and I would work on it, and I'd come up with a system or a process or a game plan for myself, because that's always where I needed to start. And then what would happen is I would test it out for a couple days, and then I'd be like, you know what? You know what would be a good idea? What if we did it this way? You'd go so much faster. Or it would be better if you did it this way. Just little tweaks. Now, I believe you definitely should analyze the way that you're working or the things that you're working on or, whatever it is that you're going after. However, you have to give it time. So what I would suggest is, for myself, is I need to do something, do it for, a month, 30 days, something like that. And then go back, make little notes and say, okay, you know what? I can do this. This I think would work better for me. However, I was at a point to where, I would start on a plan. 3 days later, it's like, oh, you know what? Let's adjust. 2 days later, let's adjust. And you never actually get into a rhythm. You're just constantly putting things off. And so that is where I think my analysis paralysis really took hold and tried to get me so many times. So this week, we went up and we are facing him. Now, I did have 3 different sketches that I came up with, different monsters, and not really knowing what to go in with. I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to kind of let the clay show me where it wanted to go. And this is what I came up with. So, a couple of them have, a couple of different expressions. This one is a little sneaky and sly, happy about what he's doing. This one, a little bit sad and a caring type of face. However, a slight smile, knowing exactly what he's doing and how he's messing with me. And then this is the one that I found to be my favorite. I don't know what it is. I just like him. But he has this crooked smile, but also has this aloofness to him, to where he's kind of on the gullible side and going along with anything, to where I see him and it's like he's happy-go-lucky, but he's also, you know what, that sounds like a good idea, so okay, let's try it. And that's kind of what the demon also symbolized. So this is what I'm going to take into next week and get after. So that has been my week 1. What does my inner demon look like? What kind of have I discovered as I'm working in this clay? I want you guys to take a look at your analysis paralysis. If that's one of the monsters that affects you, if that's one of the monsters that comes after you, and how can you personally go in and fight back against it? The biggest thing is to take steps and to start taking action. So one thing to put you in state is just go in there, sketch something out, play in some clay, and actually start moving. If you're still having trouble with that, set yourself, whether it's on the phone or a little timer like this, say 5 minutes, and I'm just going to work for 5 minutes and see what comes out. That gives you a deadline. It gives you a little bite-sized set of time to where you're not getting scared or getting worried of, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to play with this. It is a little block of time, and all you have to do is create and have fun, see what comes out. So we're going to take this next week and see where I can go with this guy.